What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorldPodcast, and today we're going to be ending off Week 14, Monday Night Football 2020 in the NFL. This was an unbelievable game, Browns versus the Ravens. It was really, really intense throughout. It was a point in the game, though, where I think the Brown fans were just very disappointed when they were down by a decent amount of points, and then, they started to rally back. And it ended up being a very, very good game that came down to the wire. Now, one of the major things that I want to talk about is the fact that Baker Mayfield was really good. A lot of people like to blame Baker Mayfield for a lot of different things. And I know in the past, going back, the past couple of years, he didn't always have those type of games where he wasn't, he couldn't be, accused of having some sort of blame for why they lost. But I can't really put it on him yesterday. He had the one interception, but other than that, the dude was balling out of his mind. I know 28 of 47, 343, everything about it doesn't have to be perfect, but if you watch the game, you know that he did everything he possibly could, and he put his team in position to actually come away with this win. It just did not work out the way that it was supposed to, and ultimately that's what the problem was. It wasn't anything that was like, oh my God, bro, the guy was playing terrible. I didn't see that. Maybe some of you guys that just want to hate just to hate would probably come up and say that, but I did not see that with my own two eyes. I saw a man that was out there that was possessed, that was really trying to take this game away from the Ravens. We're going to talk about the Ravens in a second, but, with the way that everything was and how it worked out, I got to tell you, bro, Nick Chubb, bro, a.k.a. Nick Chubb in my pants, dude, he's going to be a determining factor. I think that, what are they, 9-4 right now? More than likely, in this AFC North division, I can see exactly how this is going to work out. And I feel just hear me out, dude. I feel like the Browns might make the playoffs, bro. People are saying they might lose their last couple of games. They're going to brown. The Browns going to brown. The kind of tenacity that they played with, I'm really starting to look at it like, yo, dude, maybe they want to do something. You know what I'm saying? It's possible. Maybe they do want to do something. I don't know for certain if they're going to be able to pull it out because of the way that they have the new system. But I know there's going to be an additional team with the playoffs this year based on all the information that, the NFL released earlier in the year. So, I wouldn't want to play the Browns because even though when we're going to get to Lamar Jackson makes everybody look the way that he made them look when he was breaking out of the pocket and doing whatever he wanted, hitting his tight end wide open. Those things are going to happen to any team. It's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? People make it seem like the Browns are a horrific defense because Lamar Jackson does Lamar Jackson things. And that's not the case. Should they be able to hold their contains? Yes. But I don't think people understand the speed in which he's moving. So Myles Garrett is really good. And we saw a couple times last night where Myles Garrett was right there and he just can't grab him, dude. That's the thing about it, right? I don't think we've ever seen, Michael Vick was really good, but Lamar Jackson is just quick and ridiculous, and his moves are just, they're next level. Vick would just take off and you couldn't catch him. Lamar Jackson is breaking your ankles, literally making you have to go have surgery in the middle of a play. So before you guys blame Baker Mayfield, I would have to put some of that blame on the defense. As wild as it is, they got to tackle, they got to do stuff. I know it's kind of crazy, but we saw the Tennessee Titans do it last year in the playoffs. Ravens were the number 1 seed, and the Tennessee Titans went out there and handled their business. So it's not like it's impossible and it can't be done. But I'm just saying, from my point of view, the way I saw Baker Mayfield battle, we got to give him kudos for it. Even if you don't like him, you have to be objective. He balled out. Kareem Hunt, he had that reception. He had a touchdown. I saw that they were throwing the ball to the running backs a lot. Yesterday they were changing it up a little bit. Obviously, no OBJ. I think, like I said, I think the team is better without OBJ. I know it sounds weird, but I think they are. I think they fight a lot differently, and I think it's a little bit more diverse with the way the ball is spread around. Because now, you don't have Baker Mayfield trying to force it in OBJ and stuff like that. So I think they're better without that. But that's my opinion as well. But the way that they fought, you can't really knock the Browns. You just can't. And especially Baker Mayfield. I'm not going to be able to, to tolerate any Baker Mayfield slander because the guy played extremely well, in my opinion. Now, let's get to Lamar Jackson. Because he had to go take a dump like Paul Pearson and come back and, win the game for the Ravens. He denies it on Twitter that he had to take a dump, but we all know sometimes it comes, bro. I'll tell you a story real quick. I took a colon cleanse one time, and then I went to a flag football game locally in my area. And I didn't know when the colon cleanse was going to kick in. Just long story short, I'm walking out to the field to go watch one of my friends play their game. And I quickly did a U-turn, ran back to the car. When I came back to my block, I have a pretty wide block. I parked my car sideways, ran out, and went right to the toilet, dude. It was wild and savage. Bro, that's what happened to Lamar Jackson last night. But he came back fresh off the dump and handled business. Obviously, we know what Justin Tucker did. GG's in the chat, 55-yard field goal. But let's talk about the fact that people are not giving Lamar Jackson his credit simply because his passing numbers are not as high as people would like it for a quarterback, right? So he's 11 of 17, 163 yards, 1 touchdown. All right, rather pedestrian. But the rushing, though. 9 carries, 124 yards, 2 touchdowns, 13.8 average. So let me get this straight. You're going to blame Baker Mayfield for not tackling Lamar Jackson? Is that because that's the only way that you can logically make any sense? You would have to literally blame Baker Mayfield for not tackling Lamar Jackson if you want to say that it's his fault. Because like I said, even though he had the 1 pick, he did everything in his power late in the game to have the Browns in position to win this game, and it just did not work out the way it was supposed to. Okay, I'm going to tell you this again. Lamar Jackson, once he understands his full capability of everything that he can do, I do believe that he's going to change the game even more. He already has. But if he can stay healthy in this league for like the next, let's say for the next 5 years, Lamar Jackson stays healthy, right? He's going to win the Super Bowl. If it's like, the writing is on the wall. You can't deal with this young man. Watching him run past grown men that are just so athletic is ridiculous. I've never seen it. Other than Deion Sanders, I've never seen, or maybe Darrell Green also. There's a few players, Barry Sanders. Like, you know, like how when somebody is just gliding, he runs at the quarterback position as the fastest man on the field. That is impossible and ridiculous, and it doesn't make any sense. And look, just looking at it, you're like, why is everybody else so slow? And it's not that everybody else is so slow. He's just that fast. Look, in the next 5 years, he's winning the Super Bowl. They put the proper defense around him. You know, he has some more weapons, whatever, keeps his tight ends. I think, probable, running game. Maybe they start to do a couple other things. I'm going to tell you right now, he's going to win the Super Bowl. I just don't see how he doesn't. I honestly don't see, I cannot see a scenario where he does not win a Super Bowl. I honestly just cannot. And, I would challenge you guys to try to it's just, I don't see how people are going to consistently be able to deal with him doing this. And now he's getting better throwing the ball as well. I just don't know. How does he have all this, bro? Dude, if he finesses and makes sure that his throwing motion is a little bit better and he's more accurate, which he was for the most part on the run yesterday, I just don't know what you could do as a defense. But overall, the Browns played well. I do see them making the playoffs. It's going to be tough because the AFC North is pretty tough, but it was one of the most exciting games, 47-42 final score. Unbelievable game. I know you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to see you guys soon. One love, y'all.